This is the villain I've been begging for. Season 4 finale was hitting a little bit too close to home, but we gotta talk about it. Spoilers if you aren't up to date. For a good part of this season, the boys was doing a little bit too much when it came to gore. The gross stuff, it was getting desperate. This episode relied on the story, which made the shocking parts so much more jarring. In a good way. And this is what I mean. The boys doesn't need to shock me every 2 seconds with something outrageously bloody or extremely gross, because the story is doing it for me already. I was more shocked with Homelander quickly hitting Newman with the I-beam than I was when he ripped apart Web Weaver. I want to remind y'all again that Homelander is so one-dimensional, and that's the intention of the character, and it plays very well here. I knew he was going to be the one to out Newman. He's been saying it all season, and he can't control his temper. This is the first time that I've seen a shapeshifter be this scary. He made my skin crawl. I love that they understand that they're a sociopath. I have not liked Annie the entire season, but man, was she good in this episode. Not just Annie, but also the shapeshifter as Annie. And I love the fact that they highlight that you can have someone's memories, but not their personality. A lot of y'all gave Hughie slack for not recognizing that this wasn't Starlight. And I feel him. Maybe she was breaking out of her depression. And at the end of the day, he did figure it out because of her mannerisms. That is so cute. I also saw some people criticizing Annie for being upset with Hughie. Recalibrate. She should definitely be upset. She clearly already forgave him because she was like, get tested. That was her saying, you're gonna have sex, so make sure you're good. And he knew that too. That's why he smiled. This is the Frenchie I missed. This episode went back to the roots, and that's why it was so good. Seeing Frenchie in the lab again, being rushed by the team, reminding us again that most soups are really hard to kill. Until when they were facing that shapeshifter, he was cooking everybody in there. I was so afraid. Because even at the beginning of the season, the soups didn't seem that hard to kill. Seeing how hard Frenchie was working and still not being sure, along with the amount of damage that one soup was able to do in that bunker, was a great way to let us know that these people are in trouble. Cannot believe how much I love Ryan. I keep on teasing whether or not he's going to be bad or side with his father. And honestly, I still couldn't tell you. It was definitely disturbing to see him crack old girl's neck and not feel any remorse, especially since he had such a hard time when he killed that stuntman. Definitely showing that he's losing grip with his humanity. But I personally don't think he's going to side with Homelander because Homelander wants to control him, and he knows that in due time he's going to be stronger than this old man. I was glad that we were able to hear Kimiko speak. I don't know, I don't really ship the two of them too much. While she and Frenchie were very adorable, I don't want this for her. I want her to have an independent storyline. It looks like because they're separated, she will, which is great. I've been rooting for Ashley for a very long time. There was a moment where I was scared because I thought she was going to get A-Train caught up. Nothing trumps her self-preservation. Her taking V, knowing the consequences, just shows how desperate she was in this moment. And I get it. Fuck it. She could either die taking V or die a violent death. In this case, I think she survived because when they went back to the apartment, she was not there. But I think she's going to be heavily disfigured, and I'm sad. I love Ashley's face. We give a moment for Ashley's drip the entire season. You can't see here, but this top was like all rhinestones. Gorgeous. She had that flame suit on. Even here, like, look at the back. She is a fashion queen. When she was at Tech Knight's house, she wore a blazer that was an evening gown, and I was like, this is so on brand for her. I'm so happy that A-Train did not come back. I at least get one more season. He probably will come back at the end. If he doesn't, if this was his happy ending that he got out, I'm happy. I'm good. Firecracker's starting to realize that Homelander is not someone you want to align yourself with. And it's too late. She about to die from a heart palpitation so she could give this man some breast milk, which he didn't even like. He said it tastes like cilantro. I like cilantro, but he said it in like a way. I do like her costume though. I think it's very cute. I'm tired of them humiliating mother's milk. Feels almost racially motivated. Every chance they get, they're hitting him with the dick or like spraying him with like fake cum or something like that. I don't like it. This episode, his character didn't do much but react. But I'll give him grace because he was the one who flipped A-Train, and I loved seeing the connection of the two of them together. Just didn't have much to do this episode. I'm still optimistic for what's gonna happen in season 5. Butcher is so goddamn annoying. At this point, the beef is not about Becca, and I think he knows that. I wanted to punch him in the face for killing Newman, and then saying, "You're welcome." And the graphics on this though was great. Notice that the tumors are the one that's coming out of his chest, and it's not like a part of his body the way it is with Zoe in her mouth. This is seriously OP. All season, Newman has been indestructible. We actually just saw her get laser beamed and then not even leave a red mark on her. I was perplexed and then optimistic when I saw him tear her apart. I was like, she's gonna be able to put herself together. Word to Kimiko. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll see some form of her next season. Maybe I'm just being delusional and I need to accept the fact that Newman has died. I just loved her character so much, and this just pissed me off. Newman was doing all of this for Zoe. So to see them send Zoe back to that home, ooh, oh my God, it hurt me. Here is Edgar. Go get that girl out of there. You know what's up. Honestly, Newman has been an incredible character this entire series, and I liked her even more this episode. The way she reacts to everything is so funny. Even when she got zapped here, like, are you serious? I also didn't realize that her power was contingent on her vision, because that's how Butcher got the up on her. He covered her eyes. In peace, girl, you didn't deserve this. But I'm glad that she died, like, as a good person. To be messy for a second, I know that she's dating Jack Quaid in real life, and it always showed the chemistry she had with Huey, to me, seemed way more romantic than the chemistry that Huey had with Annie. I wanted Sister Sage to be good. I wanted her to have this grand scheme to overthrow Homelander. But you know what? I didn't mind her being a big villain either. What does she owe the world? That conversation with Newman showed that she always feels helpless and bored. Not only is she cursed with the greatest mind in the world, but she is a Black woman, and no one takes her seriously because of it. Motivation of her doing all this just to see that she could is motivation enough. And this is the type of villain I'm talking about. Doing shit out of boredom. Everybody don't gotta be Killmonger. And I feel like people forget that, especially writers. Paige is a queen, and I stand behind her. The season had its ups and downs, but overall it was pretty solid. This episode in particular, I really enjoyed. 3.5 out of 5 Frankie Flames for the season, 4 for this episode.